All right, this is a challenge and real-world connection video in our work on function operations. I encourage you to pause this video, give these two problems a try on your own, and then check back in and follow along and see how you did. This first one on the left we'll do first. And it's actually a little bit of a preview of what you might see when you take a calculus class down the road. But really all we're doing is we're doing some function operations, okay? So we have a particular function f of x equals 4x squared minus 1, and we want to try to determine f of the quantity a plus h minus f of a, all divided by h, okay? So really I just want you to remember that this just means we plug a plus h through our function rule. And let's see what we get, okay? So we need to do 4, instead of x squared, a plus h squared minus 1. And then minus, this just means we plug a through our function rule, okay, and see what we get. And I'm going to put this in a big set of brackets because we're subtracting multiple terms here, and I want to make sure we distribute that subtraction piece here. So instead of 4x squared minus 1, it's 4a squared minus 1. And that's all going to be over divided by h. Okay, so looks like we did all the function stuff, and now we just need to do some simplifying, and let's see what we get. So 4 times the quantity a plus h squared, we're going to FOIL that out, and so we get a squared plus 2ah plus h squared minus 1 minus 4a squared and then plus 1. Okay, we're subtracting a negative 1, so it's adding 1. And then all divided by h. Let's see if any of this simplifies. So let's distribute the 4. So we have 4a squared plus 8ah plus 4h squared minus 1 minus 4a squared plus 1 all over h. I see that some things might cancel out, so I'm going to try to highlight those in red. 4a squared and a minus 4a squared, and then also a minus 1 and a plus 1, so those just wipe out. So we have an 8ah plus 4h squared all over h, and we can do some canceling here. This h cancels as well as one of the squared pieces, one of the squared h's. So it looks like we have a final answer here. We have 8a plus 4h would be our final answer right there. Okay. All right, next one. At my taco stand, I've hired a couple employees since my business is growing. I have them enrolled in a program that automatically transfers 10% of their gross income to their savings account, and they each earn a living wage of $16 an hour. Determine a function that expresses their savings as a function of hours worked. Okay, so I think the easiest way to go through this might be to go through sort of in chronological order. What happens first? They earn the money first, right? And so we can think of wage as a function of time is $16 times the number of hours they've worked. Okay, and then we can think of savings maybe as a function of their wage is 0.1 times their wage. Okay, so we want to do a little substituting right here, and I hope you can see that this 16t can get substituted in right there. And let's write this out. So savings now as a function just of time is going to be 0.1 times 16t. So savings as a function of time is going to be 1.6t. So I'm sure you probably could have figured that out just by thinking about it. $1.60 per hour gets put into their savings account, but I wanted to kind of take you through that process of using the formal function notation. Okay. So nice, we got through it. That's a good place to stop.